And it's up. I think we're good. Let's see. We're good on the restream. Check on the old YouTubes. Says we're live on the restream. See, I get a different thing now since we're doing this double stream thing when we're doing the Facebook. See, there it is. So we're doing the Facebook. See, there we go. Isn't that funny?
What was that?
I have to access the show a different way when it goes live because now we're doing it on the restream, which goes to the Facebook crowd and it goes out to the Raiders Fan Radio Murph's. What's this place called? Murph's Fan Cave, Raiders Fan Radio YouTube channel. So, what's up, Matthew Mangus? What's up, YouTube?
Yuba the tuba.
All right.
What am I pushing over here to get this going?
What? I don't know. Did you bring up the thing there with the thing? Is it working or no? Did you?
It's on. I just need to know what buttons to push.
What are you trying to do? I'll help you in a second, Mosh. Let's go ahead and let me get the.
Oh my God! You can't just tell me.
Well, yeah, I could, but
it
would take us. Yeah, we're live, so it would take me 6 minutes.
Oops.
Yeah, that's what I've been trying to tell you. That's what I've been trying to tell you.
Did the beginning start and everything?
No, it's the YouTube part before I hit the button.
Oh, don't say no to me.
Mosh.
I will throw.
Jeez. All right, let's go. Here we go. Raiders Fan Radio, episode number 188. I'm gonna dodge things flying from the.
That was a Ricola.
Oh,
at 140 miles an hour.
Was it? I need a Ricola. All right, here we go.
Oakland, LA, Oakland, Vegas, Raider Nation, wherever, forever. You got your old Uncle Mosh and Raiders Fan Radio from Murph's Fan Cave, taking a lighter journey into the dark side. Sit back, put your feet up, pop a top, and enjoy the ride. Here we go!
Look left, look right, a leaking pass, touchdown!
We miss you. We love you, and we'll see you in the Hall of Fame.
When you have great coaches, then after you have great coaches, you get great players, you have a great organization, and you tell them one thing, just win, baby.
Way up the middle, intercepted Filipiano at the 50, time running down. Oakland football, and I think Oakland victory.
Oakland Raiders have scored on the most zany, unbelievable, absolutely impossible dream of a play.
Well, I love this team. I think this team can win. I think this team can win.
Yeah, there you go.
Ooh, and then you stick him in the
What is up, Raider Nation? Your buddy Murph back once again for what we hope to be a fantastic episode of Raiders Fan Radio, episode number 188, coming to you live here from Murph's Fan Cave. Welcome in everybody that's in the chat. I appreciate everybody joining us at youtube.com/Murph's Fan Cave for the live chat. Matthew Mangus is in there. Kill Jadis is in there. Yo-Yo is in there. Michelle Sweat's in there. Daniel Mangus is in there. Raider Rue. Chris Potts. What's up, Chris Potts? I haven't heard from Chris Potts in a while. Zach Brewer is in there. Matthew is in there. Tex Cooper. Salvador Flores. Mike, I won't attempt to try to pronounce your last name because it's got a whole lot of vowels in it. But anyways, we appreciate everybody in the chat, everyone that's participating in the chat, and everybody that's watching, and those that don't even participate in the chat. Like usually my girl, Max. She's usually lingering around in there. What's up, Max? And anybody else that's just watching from a distance, we appreciate you joining us for this episode of Raiders Fan Radio. Tons to get to tonight, so I'm going to shut up and keep it quick. But first, I would be remiss, as the kids say, if I didn't welcome in the man that adorns the southern annex of the Murph's Fan Cave desk, the one and only, the legendary Uncle Mike.
What's up, Raider Nation? I'm so excited to be here.
Well, yeah, you are.
Man, it's been a minute.
It's been a minute. It's been two shows that we determined. This is your third now. Or this would have been your third show missed, but you came back.
But I didn't miss it.
You didn't miss it.
So yeah, way to go there, Negative Nelly. Damn.
Sorry.
You know, we are in the middle of a global pandemic. I do have a job.
Well, congratulations. That's nice.
Thank you.
Wait, hold on. Let me see if I get this right. Educating America's masses and molding the minds of
molding the minds of America's youth and educating the masses.
Educating the masses. That is the one and only Uncle Mosh. Thank you, Uncle Mosh, for being here. And we're gonna get a. There we go. Got a lot to get to tonight.
The happiest day of my life.
I like to thank. Okay, so yes, as I mentioned, this is episode number 188 of Raiders Fan Radio, live every week on Murph's Fan Cave on the YouTubes, youtube.com/Murph's Fan Cave. You can find us every Wednesday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
See what happens when you rush me?
I know, huh?
That's right.
I told Uncle Mosh we got to be efficient tonight, and then here I am. I cannot put a sentence together.
You can't rush efficiency. Do you know what today is?
Is that kind of like hurry up and wait?
Yes, exactly. It's a military thing.
Yeah.
Do you know today is serious business?
No, sir, I do not.
It's amazing that today, go on the YouTube, the Googles. Check me out on this. Your Uncle Mosh don't lie to you. Today is National Pastry Day.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
You know what donuts are, nephew?
Oh, yeah, I do.
Donuts are pastry. Baby.
I've certainly witnessed enough go down on the southern annex of the Fan Cave desk.
You know what else?
Oh, look at that. Wait, speaking of pastries.
Yeah, cannoli. I'm saving the last quarter bite, and that really is just a quarter bite. For a little bit later.
That's from our good friends at Domenico's, who was our pregame fuel here around here. We don't do like the Gatorade chews and stuff like that. No, we're eating like sandwiches over here. And so good stuff from Jeff Murphy, of course, and the Domenico's folks. All right, so I mentioned you can find us at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and 7 p.m. Eastern on the YouTubes. That is at youtube.com/Murph's Fan Cave. You can also find us on any audio podcast simply by searching Murph's Fan Cave. That is MURFS Fan Cave. And I gave you a little bit of news on that last week, and I can say that now today officially is our last day with our former provider. Beginning as of next week, all of you that listen to us on the audio podcast, thank goodness we won't have 9 billion ads because we'll be joining our new partners at Blue Wire. Over there with Raider Cody podcast and a litany of other Raiders-related and sports-related podcasts. And so look forward to being part of the Blue Wire team. And that starts next week for those of you that are on the audio podcast. So look for us there. And also, you know, Mosh, we get new listeners each and every week. And so I always want to introduce ourselves. My name is Murph, a lifelong Raider fan. You are my real-life Uncle Mosh. And you are a lifelong Raider fan as well.
Absolutely.
A couple guys from the Bay Area that have relocated to Middle Tennessee and took our fandom with us. So welcome to all of you that are new. And if you want to get in touch with us, you can do that 2 ways. Call us, 909-345-3346. If we play your message 3 times on the air, you become a made man or a made woman. Or you can email us, show@RaidersFanRadio.com. And you can email us an indefinite amount of times to become a made man or a made woman. And Mosh, we have not 1, not 2.
How many?
Not 3, 4 new made men and made women tonight. So congratulations to all of them, and look forward to sharing all of those with you. All right, jump on into it here. Our buddy Swag Jeff, who isn't in studio with us tonight, he's the third man in the booth. Swag Jeff always has a cool take on our episode number, and he ties that number back to something significant within Raider Nation. So tonight is episode number 188 of Raiders Fan Radio. So let's check in with our buddy Swag Jeff on the importance of 188 when it comes to the Raiders.
What is up, Raider Nation? It is Swag Jeff coming to you live for episode number 188 of Raiders Fan Radio. Every week, the RFR crew ties every episode number to a significant moment in Raider history. And this week, being episode number 188, we're going to take it back to the night.
He said he was going to call back, and he did.
What's up, Raider Nation? It's your boy Swag Jeff coming to you live for episode number 188 of Raiders Fan Radio. That's right. Every week, Swag Jeff, myself, ties every episode number to something significant in Raider history. And this week being episode number 188, we are taking it back to 1989. And we're going to talk about a fella that Murph wore his number in high school because he loved him so much. That's right, Swervin' Mervin Fernandez. In 1989, Swervin' Mervin had 57 receptions, for 1,069 yards and 9 touchdowns. But that season, that's right, you guessed it, he averaged 18.8 yards per reception. Have a good show.
You got your picture up?
I do. I just brought it up, so this is cool. So thank you, Swag Jeff there. Yes, number 188, Swervin' Mervin Fernandez. Mervin wore number 86 when he played for the Raiders, and I went to the same high school as Mervin Fernandez. And when I played, I was a tight end. I wasn't a wide receiver, but I wore the number 86 in honor of Mervin, who of course played at the same high school and was a Raider. This was just shortly after his Raider career. Or actually right on the heels. Anyways, whatever. But point being, though, we met him at the Bolitnikoff dinner this past November, and Mosh and I got a chance to meet him, and I told him.
He was gracious. We were standing there talking,
cool.
Yeah.
So there's let's see, let me get the focus there. There we go. There's me and old Swervin' Mervin, man. Isn't that cool? That was so fun, man. You should have seen the smile that came on his face.
And when I said to him, I said, you guys, Josh, tell him what number you wore in high school. And you told him, and then you told him where you went, and he was like, what? That is so
yeah,
cool.
It was cool, man. That was very cool. So anyways, appreciate that, Swag Jeff. And hey, thank you in the chat. So one of the new things that since we've monetized our show on YouTube, where we take all that money and give it to foundations like the Bolitnikoff Foundation or the Stabler Foundation, or good causes like for Kenny King Jr.'s mom's cancer battle. We take all that money and we give it away, and you can donate on a thing called Super Chat on the chat. And we got our first one already tonight from Raider Rich. Appreciate you, Raider Rich. Thank you very much for that donation. And you know what's really cool about this? I'll give you a little report here. Since we've turned on the monetization for Raiders Fan Radio, we've raised over $300, and that $300 has gone into the One Nation Foundation, which is our nonprofit organization that goes out to support all these different charities. And right on cue, Matthew Menges. Appreciate that. $19.99. Appreciate that. He says, Merry Christmas, fellas. Merry Christmas to you and the rest of the Mangus family, man. That is amazing. Thank you so very, very much. Again, all that money goes to support these wonderful charities that are doing so many good things in the Raiders, in the Raider Nation community, man. And we are very proud to help represent Raider Nation in that way and facilitate those foundations. So thank you so very much for your contributions. All right, Mosh, we got a lot to get to. Let's hit contact info and jump into the show.
Man, you got the contact info, I think, bro. All right, boys and girls, pay attention. You got your old Uncle Mosh here with an update. That's right. I got some stuff for you. Take out a piece of paper, a pencil, a pen. Heck, use your pocket knife and carve the info into your dashboard as you're driving down the highway. First off, you need to like us on our fan page on Facebook. That's right. Go to Facebook at Raiders Fan Radio Podcast. Don't forget about the Twitter. You know your old Uncle Mosh, he twits now. That's right. Go to at Raiders Fan Radio. Also, don't forget the Instagram at Raiders Fan Radio. Or what about our website? That's right, RaidersFanRadio.com. Heck, if you want to, you can even email us show@RaidersFanRadio.com or call us on the Raiders Fan Radio hotline, 909-345-3346. That's 909-345-3346. Don't forget Merv's Fan Cave on the YouTube, where you can get all the show links like the Fan Club Blitz with Splatterhead and Fitz. Find all our stuff on podcast providers like Stitcher, iTunes, and Google Play. All right, did I hit the time limit?
Good.
All
right, so here at the top of the show, Raiders Fan Radio, we like to give respect. We don't do props. We don't do shout-outs. Nothing wrong with those things. But, we're Italian. We like to give a little bit of respect. So I would like to thank a good friend of the show, loyal listener to Raiders Fan Radio, Houston Raider Steve. Some of us call him the historian because he is full of so many Raiders facts and so much Raider knowledge that he loves to share with us. And in fact, we're going to hear from Steve later in the show. But Steve also sent us an email this week. This came, I believe, just a couple days ago. Might have been just yesterday. Anyways, he says this: T.I. Brown of the South Mississippi Booster Club passed away today. He was known as the Black Pirate. He organized trips for people to Raiders games. He is a great Raiders ambassador from Compton, California. Can you mention him, please, on your Much Respect segment on tonight's show? Well, so never mind. I guess it must have came this morning. Warmest regards, Houston Raiders Steve. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and Happy Kwanzaa. Absolutely, Houston Raiders Steve, and thank you for that call out there. And yes, much respect to Black Pirate, to T.I. Brown. Condolences to his family. And anytime that we lose a member of Raider Nation, it's always a sad day. And so much respect to him and his. Sounds like a lifetime of being a dedicated fan and bringing people to Raider games and organizing a booster club. And the booster clubs are what got our show going. When whether it be from Salt City Silver and Black UK, all the different black hole chapters. Like there's been so many, and I know I'm forgetting someone. So the Central Texas folks.
Oh my gosh,
the Atlanta Raiders Booster Club.
So many.
Jimmy Zebach in the Great Lakes Raider Booster Club. Defenders of the Silver and Black in Dallas. Like there's so many of them, and all those booster clubs are what got the Hampton Raiders, the Virginia clubs, like all those folks, the Metro DC folks. Like I'm telling you, I would forget somebody, so they've been incredible to us, and so there's another one right there. So we definitely value these booster clubs and the club presidents and what they do. They do so much work, and I'm gonna say one last thing. One of the things that we respect most about these booster clubs is that not only are they, gathering Raiders fans and facilitating trips and watch parties and all that stuff, but when it's the off-season, Mosh, they're doing community service.
Absolutely.
They're picking up trash on the highway. They're, adopting families. They're they're doing so much good work in their communities. And so no one else in sports does it like Raider Nation fan clubs do it. I mean, think of how kind they've been to us, Mosh, and the stories
oh my gosh.
we've heard over the years have been incredible, aren't they?
It's everything. I mean, they've adorned our walls in the fan cave with things after plaques and pictures and photos and posters and banners and flags and they adopted me. I'm usually the one that does the adopting. And I carry my card. And I mean, they're so good. They're so good to us.
So good.
I'll bet the Black Pirate. I'll bet he's got some. I'll bet there's pictures on the internet. I'll bet you.
Hey,
if we had time, we would look them up. But I'll bet you there is. I'll bet you there's probably on the YouTube or something, man. Because that he's a super fan, obviously.
Obviously, somebody link us up, man. Someone let us know because we would love to share that stuff on our socials about T.I. Brown again. Much respect to him.
Hey, let me hit a couple things really quick.
Please do.
So Q Dog throwing in a donation there. Appreciate it, Q. Mike
thank you.
Nazuker. A donation in there. Big Raider Trucker noticed the shirt I was wearing.
Oh,
threw in a donation there. So, man, they just keep coming. And we're not soliciting that, but it just keeps coming.
It just keeps coming. This generosity of Raider Nation is insane. And these are, incredibly, sizable donations from these folks. And thank you so very, very much. That's you are too kind. And 100% of that money is going to go to the One Nation Foundation, which in turn will support up this next round is going to be the Blitnikoff Foundation. These are the folks that we presented to live last year. And again, did that on 100% of Raider Nation. And thank you so very, very much. That is incredibly kind of you all. And so, all right, Mosh, let's go ahead and hit a break. And then let's jump into talking about this. Hey, the Raiders were in a game on Sunday. You remember that?
Who did we play?
We played the JETS Just End the Season, and they almost did ours.
Why are you spelling? Was this guy there?
To the E to the R to the R to the E to the L.
Actually,
to the
he
L.
was.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, he was.
He was there at least twice.
That's right.
Hey, Raider Nation. This is Max Crosby from the Oakland Raiders.
And goes down, and Max Crosby, who forced a fumble last week.
You're listening to Murph, Mosh, and Swag Jeff on Raiders Fan Radio. Thank you so much. Just win, baby.
All right, appreciate all of you again. Thank you for those donations, man. That just warms my heart, man. How generous you guys are with that. Pirate 1975 says something funny in there. So Greg Williams, the defensive coordinator for the Jets, was immediately fired, and we heard it from some of our inner circle. I heard Big Raider Trucker was like, "Hey, maybe we should hire Greg Williams," and some other people are like,
I think I even said that to you on the phone.
Yeah, like
as a joke. Yeah,
like let's hire him. But I'm like, listen, this is the guy that orchestrated an 0-16 Cleveland Brown defense and an 0-11 New York Jet defense, and they're probably still not going to win a game. Like, I don't think that's the guy we want. You know what I mean? Like, no thanks. Like, I'm not looking. I'm not going to be a Paul Gunther apologist, but I don't think we need to run out and grab Greg Williams off the street, though, either. Like, I don't think that's the move. All right, so there's a lot to this, okay? And I'm gonna save you all the crazy hot
Thank
takes.
you.
I'm going to save you the rants. We've all, at one point during the game, I was like, thanks, Raiders. You robbed us a chance to be happy about a win. It was like at one point, and I'm in the middle of the emotion of like the fourth quarter. I'm like, this is ridiculous. Even if they pull it out, like, are we to feel good about this? Well, look, I'm not going to worry about what we aren't, Mosh.
Okay.
I'm going to worry about I don't worry about nothing, but I will concern myself with what we are. I think it's important for us, Raider Nation. Let's look at what the Raiders are, and let's not worry about what they aren't, because what they are is 7-5 for the first time in a long time. They won on the West Coast in a cold game at the last seconds of the fourth quarter. Like, I know it's an 0-11 team. I know it's the Jets. I get it. I understand the context of it. But what we are is way better than we've been, other than the anomaly of 2016, in a long freaking time. And I want to hear from Mosh first, but I've got a lot of stats here, and I won't bore you with all the stats, but it's important for us to lock into what we are and not what we aren't.
Murph.
Yes, sir.
Let me just run this down to you in quarters.
Okay.
In the first quarter of the season, we were 2-2.
Yeah.
After 4 games, we were 2-2.
Yes.
By halftime, in the next quarter, we went 3-1.
Yeah.
So we were 5-3.
Yeah.
In the third quarter, which we just finished, we were 2-2.
Yeah.
That's not bad ball.
That's not bad at all.
That's not bad ball. If somebody would have said to us, hey, after 3 quarters of the season, I'd like to be 7-5, we'd say, I'll take that.
I'll take that.
Who'd we lose to? We lost to the first place team, the Chiefs. Who'd we win to? Who'd we win against? We also beat the first place team, the Chiefs. Who else did we lose to? The first place team, the 9-3 Bills. Who else did we beat? We beat the first place team, the Saints. We're playing good ball. Yeah, we lost a stinker to the Falcons, who are 4-8, but we lost to the Bucs, who have a winning record, who are 7-5. We lost to the Patriots, who've had our number for 173 years. They are 6-6, but they're a good 6-6. But we've also beat the Panthers, the Chargers, the Broncos, and we squeaked by the Jets. But that's not the point. You know what I'm saying, Murph?
Well,
if you look at it in quarters, and we got a hell of a fourth quarter coming up when we got the Colts, the Chargers, the Dolphins, and the Broncos, and we got to win the Colts and the Dolphins. So if we can go another 2-2 and we win the Colts and Dolphins, I'm okay with 9-7 and going into the playoffs.
That could get tricky though, and we'll talk
really
about
tricky.
that. We really 3-1 is really ideally where we need to be on this. But here's what's interesting, and I think that you hit on something unique. And here's where I'm going to get into some numbers for you, Raider Nation. The Steelers, the Saints, the Chiefs, and the Browns are the only teams in the NFL with 9 wins. Okay, those teams have a combined 6 losses. The teams that beat those 9-win teams, there's 4 of them. The Raiders, the Packers, the Ravens, and the Steelers. Okay, you tracking with me, Raider Nation? There's only one team that's beat 9-win teams 3 times. Because the Packers, the Ravens, and the Steelers, the Ravens and Steelers both beat Cleveland, and the Packers beat New Orleans. The Raiders beat New Orleans, KC, and Cleveland. All of a sudden, that Cleveland win is looking really good. And the New England loss is not looking that bad. And neither is, frankly, is the Bills loss. Now, granted, I'm not taking losses as like, okay, and being happy about it. But here's something unique that I think we got to remember. And this was brought up this week by a good friend of the show, speaking of booster clubs, the president of the New Jersey chapter of the Black Hole, Chuck McCann. He said, I think it's important for us to remind younger Raider fans that our championship teams, we didn't dominate the regular season. We snuck in. We were the first team.
Wild card, yes.
The first team to ever win a Super Bowl as a wild card. We never rolled in. Now, we dominated in Super Bowls, but we never rolled in the regular season as like some number 1 seed, 15-1, high flying.
Yep.
Like that's the Raiders have really, frankly, never been that way. And even if you look at like the Gruden years, And even the 0-16, look at 0-16. Look at this in 2016 with the Raiders. Think about all those wins with Derek Carr. They were all last-second comebacks. The Dread Roberts game against the Buccaneers, the game against the Titans, the 2-point conversion against the Saints to start the season. Like, you look at all the games that we won that year, they were last-second heroics. They weren't big blowouts. They weren't these overriding dominant performances. So let's cool our jets and you know what I mean? So but seriously, Raider Nation, let's take it for what it is and not what it isn't. Also what it is, the Raiders have allowed an NFL worst 14 touchdown drives of 90-plus yards since Gunther arrived in 2018. It's happened 3 times this year, all right? So that's what we are. We're a defense that's going to give a lot of points. All right, we're going to give up a lot but if our offense is clicking, we're going to score a lot of points. We've seen teams win Super Bowls this way. We've seen Peyton Manning. We've seen Drew Brees. We've seen Aaron Rodgers. We've seen these. Well, of course, Aaron Rodgers had a pretty good defense, but you get my point. We're in an era of the NFL where if you have a dominant offense and a decent defense, you can make your way to a championship. All right, let's talk about some of our players. Darren Waller, balled out.
Ballin' Waller.
Absolutely amazing against the Jets. Darren Waller had 8 catches for 123 yards and 2 touchdowns in the first half. He's the 13th player in the past 30 years to hit those marks as a Raider.
Wow, that's crazy.
Unbelievable. Waller is only the 5th tight end in NFL history with 10 receptions, 150 yards, and 2 touchdowns in a game.
Wow.
Unbelievable, Raider. That's what we are. That's incredible. Celebrate that. I know it got funky in the fourth quarter. I know we gave up a 13-point lead, but let's celebrate what we are because that's badass. All right, speaking of Darren Waller, before we get too far further into this, I want to play an audio clip. It's about 4 minutes, so crack your frosty adult beverage there and listen to this. It's Darren Waller gave an awesome segment on the Rich Eisen show, and I wanted to trim it down, but none of it was worth trimming. This is great stuff from Darren, great stuff from Rich Eisen, and let's check in with our buddy Rich and hear from Darren Waller.
What is it like to have Jason Witten as a teammate at this part of your life and career? I mean, a GOAT. That's a first ballot HOFer that is lining up with you and in your room. What has he been like to be around with you, for you?
It's been an incredible experience. I always tell everyone, I've never met someone that's so intense about the smallest details of the game. And just seeing how he knows, everything that everyone is doing on the offense. And it's not just from him, it's I'm learning okay, I can't just learn my position or learn my responsibility. I need to learn where I fit in the big picture and how all these little details, one, false step or one, inch can make the difference in a play. And just seeing how passionate he is about that and how that can turn into, just having that advantage when you go out there. So you can just, with a guy that doesn't even have the freakish athleticism can literally be the best in the league for almost 2 decades. So it's just a tribute to, just him. And, and he's also super funny too, and just brings a light personality. He knows when to be demanding, when to be aggressive, and also when to be lighthearted. So it's just honestly amazing.
So you, who has an incredible physical gift, you are now, you say, more aware of what X, Y, and Z is doing and what Derek Carr needs to look at, where you are in the grand scheme of things. You're more aware of that thanks to Witten in a way?
Yeah, I know when Derek would be delivering me the ball, if I'm third in the progression, I know that, okay, there's no reason for me to rush this route or not get to my depth. Maybe I can get a yard deeper just so I know that I'm in that window at the right time. And then the run game as well, just knowing, with the calls that the center's making and who of those, the center and the guard are combo into. And so I can kind of learn those calls and realize, okay, I'm going to this guy. So if it's in the heat of the moment, they shift or something, I can know in my mind, I don't need someone else to tell me, but I can, communicate that to other guys and know myself what's going on. So it's just a big advantage of him being there.
Okay. So speaking on behalf of all fantasy football folks who have you on their team, including everyone here in studio, please don't tell me you're third in a progression ever again. Don't tell me you're third.
That's awesome.
Okay, Darren. That's not true, right? That's you just said that.
Make plays, man. So it's just
I understand.
We got great balance. So sometimes I am, sometimes I'm not.
No, hold on a second. Less often, right? I mean, don't, I need to make sure everything's okay, Darren. You know what I mean? I know there's no I in Darren or Waller, but I need to make sure that you're. I mean, these are the playoffs. I know you got 4 weeks to go for your playoffs, but these are our playoffs, Darren. I got to be honest with you.
If you really want to make that, be 100% sure, you can ask one Jonathan Gruden.
You know, I would get. He hasn't been on since he's become the coach. I mean, you know, I do wear my FFCA shirts and visors around at home. You know that he sent here, but I can go through Mayock though. You know, I worked with him for a very long time, Darren. I can go through.
Yeah.
Mayock.
There you go. You got the plug.
Okay. Yeah. I just don't know how Mayock would handle it if I asked Mike about my fantasy team. I don't think he would endeavor that question
Hey, Mike,
for very long.
throw it to 83.
I'm sure he'd understand.
No, he might understand. He might understand. Give me your favorite Grudenism. Give me your favorite phrase that you never heard before until it came out of Gruden's mouth. Can you do that? You got one for me, Darren?
If somebody's like, forcing something, he'll say, don't shove sand up a flea.
Don't shove Santa before he's asked? Is that what you said?
Don't shove sand up a flea's.
Don't shove. That was the worst game of telephone ever. Don't shove sand up a flea's. Yeah, I've never heard that. Knock on wood if you're with me, guys. Have you heard that before? I haven't heard that.
Isn't that great?
This is my favorite.
We're running out of time. My life is running out of lifespan.
So good from Waller there, man. I love it, man. Don't shove sand up a flea's ass. I love it. That's and that's long in the lineage of Raider coaches with
oh my
what do you call those, colloquialisms?
Yeah.
My favorite, the all-time greatest is Madden. Don't worry about the horse being blind. Just load the wagon. All right, so let's talk a little bit more about what the Raiders aren't. Let's talk about our quarterback. This guy, no one ever talks about Derek Carr, especially not on Raider podcasts. So we're going to oblige you, the listening audience of Raiders Fan Radio. We're talking about our quarterback. And this is what Derek Carr is. So let's not worry about what he isn't. Let's worry about what he is. Derek Carr has set an NFL record, a new NFL record for most fourth quarter comebacks in league history through a player's first 7 seasons. You hear that, haters? I'm talking to myself even a little bit. Ever.
That's crazy.
Ever 20 fourth quarter comebacks in the first 7 seasons. That's the most in NFL history. Derek Carr had his second career game with 3 touchdown passes, 1 touchdown run for the Raiders. The other Raiders to do that in a game, you want to guess, Mosh? This is Raider quarterbacks to have had 3 touchdown passes and a touchdown run in a game.
I'm going to have to go LaMonica.
LaMonica is correct. That is one of them. There are 1, 2, 3 more.
That did it? Gannon.
Correct. Rich Gannon. Ding, ding, ding. There's 2 more.
I'm trying to think of people that could run.
Exactly.
Plunkett.
No.
It has to be the Snake.
It's got to be Snake before the knees gave.
Yeah, that's what was killing me.
In 76 versus Pittsburgh.
Ooh,
yeah,
that's sweeter than the sweetest.
That's good. So, Mosh, you got 3 out of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there. I'll give you the 5th one because it's Cotton Davidson in 1964.
No kidding.
Yeah. So look at Derek Carr's playing in rarefied air. Derek Carr became the 5th player in NFL history to record 20 touchdown passes and 3,000 passing yards in 6 of his first 7 seasons.
Wow.
Check this out. You ready for this? Now we're talking NFL history, Mosh. Okay? 5th player. So there's 4 guys that had done it before when we're talking 20 touchdowns and 3,000 passing yards in 6 of his first 7 seasons. You want to take a run at who they are?
Ooh, no, give them to me.
All right. My man crush as a child.
Absolutely.
Non-Raider
Marino,
man crush, Marino. Marino is one. Your modern day UT man crush.
Yeah, Peyton.
Peyton Manning. Russell Wilson and Peyton's brother Eli.
No kidding.
That's some pretty good-ass company to be in, Raiders fan. That's what our quarterback is. So let's not sweat what he isn't. Let's talk about what he is. All right? Sunday was the first time in the past 30 years. 30. I'm 47. I was barely driving the last time the Raiders started a drive when losing in the final minute of regulation and won.
Wow.
30 years. That's what the Raiders are right now. Sunday was Derek Carr's 4th game-winning touchdown in the final 30 seconds of regulation that ties him for 3rd most in the Super Bowl era. Only Matthew Stafford and Tom Brady have more.
Wow. Can I just tell you how unexpected I thought that whole situation was going to be?
Please.
So you know what they showed at the beginning of the I got a note on that. You know what they showed at the beginning of the game, right? How, the anniversary of the Heidi Bowl and the last time, and every time the Raiders play the Jets in Jet World, they always show that, right? So, man, I'm sitting there. You know where I was? I was with Vinny. Vinny and I had a show to do.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So Vinny and I were in a production of Polar Express, and of course Vinny was one of the kids in the show, and I was playing Santa Claus.
Well, yeah.
And I'm following I'm backstage, right? And this is a huge thing. We got, it's an outdoor stage, so everybody was socially distanced, and we had our masks and blah, 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 blah. I didn't have a mask. I had a beard. And
yeah, because you were Santa.
Because I was Santa. And I'm sitting there and I'm watching. I've got my phone out, right? And I'm watching and I'm getting updates, man. And I'm going crazy and I'm going, all right, the Raiders are on a roll, man. We're inside the 20, right? And then I'm like, oh man, we're down to we have like 2 or 3 to go, and we get the first down. We're on the 9. All we got to do is or whatever it was. We got to get to the 6. Second down. Oh, we got a yard. Third down. Nothing. Fourth down. And I'm like, what's going on? And I'm waiting. And I'm like, Next thing I know, the little ball shifts to the Jets. And there's
the possession ball.
Yes. And there's like a minute and 20 seconds left. And I go, no. And I shut it and I go, ho, ho, ho. And I go on stage, right?
In front of thousands of people to play Santa.
Thousands of people to play Santa, the worst performance of my life.
Because you're pissed off.
Because I'm so pissed off, right? I'm like, ho, 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 what do you want? Yeah, okay, who gets the present? Here you go, come here, kid. And I come off stage and I grab my phone, and I grab my glasses and I exit and I go to my dressing room and I change and I put all my clothes on and I try to beat feet out of there because I don't want to be recognized, right?
Because you're kind of a big deal around here.
Well, yeah, and it's the whole thing. You don't want to dispel the illusion for the little kids.
Right.
Jump in. I'm heading towards my car and I pop my phone up when there's no kids around and I'm going, wait, the Raiders won. What? I said, this is Heidi game all over again.
Yeah, it is.
For me, my own personal Heidi. I call you and you don't answer.
I was taking a nap. I was worn out.
You immediately went to sleep.
I did.
You went right for the power nap. There was no dreaming. There was just you went right to sweating and burping, man.
That's it. I went to bed.
And I'm like, oh my God. So I had to call Jeff. And he's like, oh, you missed the greatest comeback in history of the world, blah, blah. And I'm like, no. Oh, it was awful.
Oh my gosh! I know, man. It was a trip.
My own personal Heidi game.
Unbelievable. It was. And it's funny that you mentioned because I did. I shut down. I couldn't handle it anymore. I had to lay down. I pulled up on the couch. I kicked back on the couch, pulled the blanket over, and knocked out. I was like, that's it. I'm going to bed.
Oh, my gosh. That's so funny. That's so funny.
Oh, my gosh. I know. It was a crazy game, man. All right, so.
Hey, let me throw this in there.
Please do. And then I got a couple more to get to before we close this out.
Chris Potts just set a new record here on RFR Radio.
Unbelievable.
Chris Potts just threw in $100. Chris Potts.
Thank you, Brother Potts.
He threw not to say that anything that anybody else, and he would be the first to say that, is any less important, but he just says, I want to send a little East Coast love out there.
Oh, my gosh.
So
speaking of the Black Hole, New Jersey, East Coast Nation.
Absolutely.
Oh, my gosh. Chris Potts, man, you rock, brother. Thank you so very, very, very much. That is incredibly kind for you to do that, and much love from us here in RFR and the Fan Cave Studios, man. That's freaking awesome, man. So there you go. Like, what have we been talking about? We're talking about all the incredible, charity that the booster clubs do, and that's exactly what that is, because that donation is going to come right through us and go straight out to the One Nation Foundation, man. That is freaking amazing. Thank you. Damn, man, that's impressive. Thank you, Potts. Okay. last bit of it before we get on to the Colts here. Uncle Mosh.
Sir.
Here's what the
Yes, sir.
Here's what the Raiders are. This is the 5th time we've been 7-5. They've made the playoffs, they being the Raiders. The other times, all except one. The Raiders made the playoffs in 1993. We were 7-5. In 2011, we missed it. Remember that year, y'all? And then 1998 and 1966. So rarefied air here for us as the Raiders, as fans, okay? 5 times they've been 7-5.
5 times.
Here's the last one I'm going to give to you before we move on. The Raiders, this is what they are, have allowed the 11th lowest quarterback rating this season of 89.6.
Wow.
We have a lot of questions on defense, but quarterbacks are not going off on us. So that's to be celebrated, Raider Nation. I know a lot of emotion coming around this last game, so much that I had to take a nap, and Uncle Mark was freaking out in the middle of the parking lot outside of church. But just remember this, man. Let's have faith in what's going on. It's not ideal, but we're on our way somewhere cool, and we'll just keep praying about it.
There you go, man.
All right,
there
so
you go.
we'll just keep praying about it. You know why? Because that's what John Gruden says for us to do, Mosh. You ready for this?
Let's hear it.
Let's check in with John.
Hey, Carr, you know all that praying you do? Keep doing it. Hey, Carr, you know all that praying you do? Keep doing it.
Hey, Raider Nation, I just want to say hello. This is Pastor Mondo of NationMinistry.net. You're listening to Raider Fan Radio with Uncle Mosh and my brother, Murph. Just win, baby.
All right, let's jump into one of the fan favorites around here, and that is tailgating too much, Mosh. So tailgating too much is when
what happens?
You tailgate too much. Listen, speaking of pots in the New Jersey guys, sometimes they tailgate too much. It happens, man. It's all part of fun of tailgating. Sometimes you tailgate too much, and when you tailgate too much, you kind of sound a certain way.
Yeah.
So we like to take sound bites, and we put them into the Raiders Fan Radio audio machine, and it spits out an audio bite, and it makes you sound like maybe you had
it's the true you
17 too many Modelo's when you were at the tailgate. You know what I mean? So let's check in with Travis Kelce. Now, here's what's interesting about this, Mosh. After the Chiefs-Broncos game on Monday night,
right,
when the Chiefs snuck by the Broncos, the post-game interview was with Travis Kelce. Okay. You know how people say, like, oh, we're in your head, or I'm in your head, or whatever else? You hear that all the time.
Right.
Sports is such a freaking mental game at times. Well, something tells me that we're in Travis Kelce's head.
Travis, congratulations on the win. Didn't quite look like the offense we've become accustomed to. Red zone offense in the first half, kind of dismal. What happened?
I mean, we just got to finish strong. I mean, hats off to the Raiders. They've done an unbelievable job the past 2 games of, presenting a challenge on third downs and in the red zone. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Oops.
Catch that?
Oops.
I mean, we just got to finish strong. I mean, hats off to the Raiders. They've done an unbelievable job the past 2 games of, presenting a challenge on third downs and in the red zone. I mean,
Oh, my.
You think we're in his head, Mosh?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We're in his head. He's thinking about us. We'll see you in the playoffs, sucker. Woo. Absolutely. So, I had to take a Travis Kelce quote, and I had to put it into the RFR audio machine.
Yeah, what happened?
And here's what it sounds like when Travis Kelce's been tailgating too much.
I mean, we just got to finish strong. I mean, hats off to the Raiders. They've done an unbelievable job the past 2 games of, presenting a challenge on third downs and in the red zone. I mean, it is.
There we go.
Couldn't happen to a nicer guy.
No, it couldn't. Travis Kelce, man. We'll see you in the postseason, my man.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Mosh, you want to talk about this Colts game?
The one that's coming up.
So did you see Derek Carr today? I wish I had the quote handy. He said something about, because he just had his fourth child.
Sure. Little girl, right?
Little girl. Congratulations to the Carr family. And someone asked him about that, about having any more kids. And he said, nope, I don't want to go all Philip. He did.
Did he really say that?
He's like, I think Phil's got 9. I got 4. That's plenty. Yeah, it was pretty.
Philip's got a bad foot. What's the over and under? Is there a prop bet on which one of our guys steps on his foot?
Send Arden Key after the
Send Arden hit him in the toe. Hit him in the toe. Go after the toe. He's got his. They're saying that's. I was listening to one of the stations on the way in.
Yeah.
Philip's foot.
It's a turf toe or something, right?
Turf
or planar
toe,
thing or something.
He's 107.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
He's got hammer toes working and stuff, you know?
Old Methuselah Rivers over there. Yeah.
Golly.
Yeah, he's up there a little bit. Interesting. So, and not like he was all mobile before.
Right.
You know what I mean? So,
scoocher.
Yeah. Oh, that's someday. You guys know the Scoochers?
Oh, we hate scoochers, man.
We hate scooters. Philip is a scoocher. So if you watch Philip, hopefully not this weekend, you'll see.
Go back to some of his old stuff. Go to the YouTube.
There you go. Go to the YouTubes.
America, go to the YouTube right now.
And watch Phillip Rivers in victory formation. He refuses to take a knee in victory formation backwards and take the loss of rushing yards. He scooches forward 1 yard and then he kneels. He's a damn scoocher. He's a whiner and a scoocher.
A whiner. He's a gout-ridden whiner and a scoocher. Michelle Sweat says he's got the gout.
He got the gout.
Philip caught the gout.
He got the gout. He's out there in his compression socks.
Byron 1975 says it's from stepping on all those kids' Legos.
Oh.
Or just stepping on all those kids.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Oh, too funny.
Whiner and a Scoocher. That's the name of his first album. All right, so let's talk about what this game means, man. So we open up as a 3-point underdog to the Colts, okay, which is odd.
It's up. It's 2.5 now.
Oh, is it 2.5 now?
I was just listening to the guy do the line on the way in.
Interesting there. Okay, so we're 2.5 point underdog to the Colts. All right, but here's what the big deal is about this game. All right, so Mosh and I talked about it earlier, right? About the idea that they really need to win 3 games. They should win 3 games, but they have to win one of these 2, either against the Colts or the Dolphins. Because look, the Broncos are going to be no cash in. They're playing well right now, and we're playing on the road. Like, that's going to be a tough game. The Chargers, I'm not sweating. I don't think any of us are. But considering that the Falcons beat the snot out of us and the Jets just took us to task as teams that were outmatched, I mean, the Chargers game is by any means a give me. So those are to be considered. I mean, it's not that easy schedule we thought we had coming out the gate here for the last quarter of the season is not so easy. But point being, though, is that one of these 2 games is a must win. Okay, and here's why. The Raiders are right now 44% chance to make the playoffs in the playoff simulator. This is like the NFL Network simulator thing, all that stuff. Any combination that gets them to 10 wins gives them a 90% chance to make the playoffs. 9 wins, it gets a little dicey, so it comes down if they can go 3-1 or better to end out the season. So here's what it looks like. If the Raiders lose to the Colts, all right, and then win the last 3, they have a 93% chance to win the playoffs, or excuse me, to make the playoffs. If we lose to the Colts, but we beat Miami to go 3-1 the rest of the way out by winning those then last 2 games, it's a 91% chance. So beating the Colts by the numbers, we don't do math around here, but we love numbers. By the numbers, the best chance for the Raiders to make the playoffs is to beat the Colts and then win out either the rest of the way or only lose 1 game there after that. All right. So interesting stuff there from the playoff simulator. In the meantime here, before we jump into the sea of fans, and that's where we hear from you, because more of you and less of us is a good thing, and we got a lot of you to get to tonight, including 4 new made men and made women. In the chat there tonight, I see Swag Jeff is in there. What's up, Swaggo? Michelle Sweat's in there. Raider-born Rico. Reek O, Daniel Mangus, Grounded in LA, May Spitfire, Pirate 1975, Coach Davis, Tyrone Graves, Manny Fresh, Maverick MX is in there, Chevy Silver Raiders in there, Foxy Scorpio is in there, Aaron the Q-Dog Raider, Atticus B. Rockin'. Man, busy night in the chat room tonight. I can't scroll up past that, but thank you all of you. And once again, thank you for all the donations tonight. Thank you, Potts, man. I'm telling that's amazing, and all those donations are so amazing. And again, that over $300 that we've already raised in the super chats, that's incredible. Thank you so very, very much. And so let's go and hear from you and in the Sea of Fans mailbag.
Sorry, Murph. I had to go take care of some business.
Did you have to go rough somebody up? You got to drop an elbow?
No. It was personal.
Well, you had to use the restroom. Family curse kicking in there.
Looking.
What'd you do, eat a salad on the way over?
Oh, my gosh. It is National Pastry Day.
Well, Mosh, don't feel bad because my 47-year-old bladder is speaking up too, and I'm going to go take care of some business. Well, while I'm doing that, let's read the folks some emails as you do so graciously every week. You can email the show at RaidersFanRadio.com, and if we read your email an indefinite amount of times, you can become a made man or a made woman. And Uncle Mosh, who do you got tonight?
What up, fellas? It's been a while since I checked in during this roller coaster season. Hopefully we're going to be on a high as I'm riding as the Jets game is about to start. Criminy, second play, Arnett down already. Anyway, back to some things I've noticed the past few weeks that the chat seemed to enjoy. Does Tom Brady look like the kid whose lip starts quivering because his all-day sucker fell in the sandbox? Does Bruce Arians look like a jazz club manager? Or does Bruce Arians look like the guy sitting in a diner, peers over his newspaper in disgust as someone plays a song on the jukebox? Beep! Jets touchdown. Can't believe this bull. Beep! Back to what I observed. Does Paul Gunther look like a butcher at your local supermarket? Does Rob Gronkowski, when in an elevator, you ask him to push button 17, looks perplexed, then replies, he can only count to 10? Does Baker Mayfield look like the kid you dress as a cowboy for Halloween? Interception. WTF. Here we go again. Does Justin Herbert look like the... Hey, so here's my problem with Justin Herbert. I used to work with a guy named Ron Herbert, but he went by Abear, and it was spelled the exact same way. What the heck? That's why I don't like the French. Seriously. I'm serious. I got a real issue with the French. Rico will back me on this one. The only thing we ever got from the French was the kiss and the fry, and they stole the fry from the Germans. No. Does Justin Herbert look like...
We don't have any French listeners.
We don't. That's why I don't like the French.
Hey, if you're a French Raider fan, hit us up.
Does Justin Herbert look like he could...
All of a sudden, you've rallied a country against us tonight.
He could have been Jeff...
Thanks for that. Mosh is trying to kick off an international incident. Hey, we might need the Silver and Black UK to dig in for us.
The Silver and Black UK is with me on this.
Yeah, I
promise.
We might need them to dig in on the front lines for us.
I promise they're with me on this. I got my European ducks in a row before I started this rant. Trust me, I know Rico's got my back, and I know the Silver and Black UK's got my back. Nobody likes the French. Okay, anyway, here we go.
Oh, Mosh!
Did Justin Herbert...
Wait a minute, some guy, Peppy Raider, in the chat is speaking up here. Let's do this.
Anyway, there's very few things that you can say in a 2020 COVID politically correct world, and picking on the French is one of them. Where was I? Does Justin Hebert look like he could have been Jeff Spicoli's best friend in Fast Times at Ridgemont High?
Amen.
Does Greg Olson look like the tire salesman who can't wait to tell you about the buy 3, get 1 free sale? Does John Elway look like the Gary Busey brother? Hurry. Does Andy Reid look like he would have no problem taking on the 49-ounce steak at Belly Buster Steakhouse for a warm-up?
Oh, yeah.
Where was I? Does Andy Reid look like a guy who could be seen winking as he puts on long johns and says, "It's a bit nippy out there"? Is Corey Littleton auditioning for the lead in the next Invisible Man movie?
Oh, nice.
I gotta go. Friggin' Jets about to score on our pitiful defense. Eye patch.
Oh my gosh, Eye Patch.
Eye
Awesome.
Patch, it's all your fault. I started an international incident.
You started an international incident. Thanks, Eye Patch.
Oh my gosh. All right, here we go. Murph, Uncle Mosh, and Swaggy Jeff. Greetings from Maritime Granny Raider and Maritime Grampy Raider. What a couple of weeks. Shoo. From watching the team pull a Three Stooges against the Falcons to both of reaching for our heart pills against the Jets. The only good thing about the Falcons game was watching Granny's favorite, Josh, sorry Swaggy, get a penalty laying the wood on or would-be tackler. The Jets game was a different story. We were playing an 0-11 team, weren't we? Much as Granny hates to admit it, Carr wasn't to blame for the interception. That was on Ruggs. And as all us oldsters know, you don't trust Ruggs. You slip and fall down. Amen, brother. This is my new best friend. He did redeem himself with the touchdown, hence the heart pills. The absence of Josh and Abrams was noticeable, and hopefully they'll be back soon.
Yes.
We decided to write together this time as we understand that we are to become made man and made woman at the same time. Actually, our first made couple.
It sure is.
We believe that I'm channeling my inner Swaggy.
Yeah.
We believe that we will be the first hubby. Keep going. I can go right over you. The first hubby and wife to be made at the same time, and each with only 2 emails. If you count this as one for each of us.
Yes.
Hey, quit trying to tell me how to run things around here. I'm the rule maker. You're the rule breaker. Okay, I got this.
Wow, it counts.
It counts.
Jeez, Mosh, yelling at you yelled at a country and our listeners today.
Yeah, but I like these guys.
You like them because they're your crew. That's your crew.
That's my peeps.
Yeah, because they tuck their jerseys into their jeans too,
and
wear their suspenders.
My spenders.
Yeah, you'll see them at the Hardee's at 5:30 this morning in the morning having biscuits and coffee.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. We are grateful and intend to brag about it all over to our football friends, none of whom are Raider fans. Right on. Best of the holidays to you and your families and to all the Raider Nation. Affectionately yours, Maritime Granny and Grampy Raider. P.S. Scrabble word for the week is victory.
Yes.
On a triple word. Right on.
Right on. Awesome, man. Great stuff there from Maritime Granny and Grampy Raider. Congratulations. You are the first made couple.
Absolutely.
We always say an indefinite amount of emails because each of them emailed us individually, and then we wanted to then honor the 2 of them by they listen to RFR and play Scrabble. It's just kind of like part of their thing. And so thank you so much to them for your support of Raiders Fan Radio. And so we have a new made man and a new made woman. So we're going to play back-to-back themes, and here we go.
This made woman is loyal, blustering in our fan mail. Mess with her, I would deter. She'll kick you right in your tail. Her face is always game ready, painted in silver and black. She is loyal to the Raider Nation. She always has our back. She cheers as she storms our podcast, a fan no prouder or bold. And here on Raiders Fan Radio, her fandom is as valued as gold. This made woman is a Raider, a fierce and loyal fan. She's out here yelling and clearly telling she can kick ass as good as a man.
Congratulations, Maritime Granny. And next up, congratulations, Grampy Raider.
You want to play his when we do the others?
Oh, should we just? Well, because we do have more to get to.
Yeah, let's just play his when we do all the others.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go.
You'll be all right. Gramps, you good? You good? Gramps? Yeah, man.
Well, I don't know after you yelled at him. I don't know.
I didn't yell at him.
That's the way you people speak to each other because none of you can hear.
Thanks for stealing my thunder, Jack Wagon. I was going to say that.
I'm sorry, I didn't know you had a line locked and loaded.
Well, is that right, hot dog? How is Mondays with Mikey and Murph? Hello, Murph. Swag Jeff, Uncle Mosh.
Jeez, Mosh on fire today.
I am Raider Chemist. Long time. I'll pick on anybody.
Wait, hold on. You've now alienated your co-host, the listening audience, and the entire country of France.
Yeah, but I got Grammy and Grampy on my side.
You're the best, Mosh. That's why I love you. That's why you're the best co-host in the business.
Franklin 83 said, damn.
Well, yell at somebody in the chat. Check all the boxes, Mosh. Jeff's in there. Go ahead and take a shot at Swaggo.
I already did when I mumbled. Hello, Murph, Swag, Jeff, and Uncle Mosh. I'm Raider Chemist, long-time listener. This is actually, I got to make up for the 3 weeks I missed.
They said in the chat, Maverick says Mosh wants all the smoke. Mosh is taking all comers today. That's what I got to say about my Uncle Mosh. He is not afraid.
I am not afraid.
Never has been.
Oh, my gosh. All right, long-time listener. This is actually the second time I get in contact with you guys.
Okay.
The first time was back in 2016 when my abusive relationship with this team had reached heart attack levels. Oh, the happy times. After a few years of more disappointment, even though we were all too used to disappointment since 2002, we have really good reasons to be hopeful. As crappy as 2020 has been, our Raiders have given us a bright light to look forward to, and that's what I want to talk about. This team, for all of their instability, is starting to create bonds on defense and offense. However, all the injuries are wreaking havoc to this chemistry. So, the fact that we struggled against the Jets is not surprising. Josh Jacobs is sulfuric acid and will chew through anything.
Nice.
So his absence was apparent. Jonathan Abrams, as much as the talking heads love to point out, how undisciplined he is and how he prioritizes the big hit over the right play, I have not seen a Raider more Raider than Abrams.
Yes.
And we love him for that.
We love Jonathan Abrams.
He plays like the Raiders from the 80s, and he is the soul of the defense, and his absence was apparent. Damon Arnett is playing very well, and he is one of those guys that we just don't know how good he is until he is not there. He's actually a defender that does not get talked about a lot, and in CB, that's a good thing, so his absence was apparent. Trent Brown and Richie Incognito, as much as we like to complain about the fact that Brown is never there, we rather would have him play than not play. And given the fact that Carr was pressured almost 50% of the time, I say their absence is apparent.
Yes.
Injuries have turned the team that beat the Saints into a team that's struggling to keep up with the Jets. So I'm not surprised in the least that a team that was good enough to beat the Kansas City Condiments is increasing the mortality rate of Raider Nation against the New York Jokes.
Oh,
and now that I'm in the mood, I'll complain about something else. All these people and talking heads that have complained about Carr and have called for his replacement, let me remind you of how hard it is to get a good quality quarterback in the NFL. We always want a top 10 quarterback, and we want that kind of play for the Raiders, but we forget that there is only 10 of those. You see, we have a top 15 quarterback, and we act like that makes him trash, even though there are at least 10 teams that would give up their left leg for a top 15 quarterback. And if that is still not enough to remind you, let me remind you of the 16 years since Gannon in which we thought we could find a good quarterback. Remember that? I think a lot of people want to be lazy and have a QB that will carry a team rather than a team that will complement a good quarterback. It's just easier to do since you just have to hit one piece instead of 52. And just by simple statistics, it's not easy to find a Drew Brees or an Aaron Rodgers, but it's really easy to end up with Jamarcus Russell or Johnny Manziel.
Yeah.
So give Carr as much help as possible and let's squeeze the best we can get from him. Well, I said what I wanted to say, so I'm satisfied. I will take people talking about how we barely won a game, that people are saying we almost won a game, ugly wins are better than beautiful. You know, ugly wins are better than beautiful losses, and that is highlighted by the L.A. Chargeless and all the times that they have almost win or played well enough to win a game, because at the end of the day, we are 7-5 and they are 3-9. And that is the only stat that matters.
Come on.
Maybe they play better than us, but we find a way to win, and come playoff times, that's the only thing that matters to get in the playoff club. Until next time, hopefully not another 4 years. Raider Chemist.
Right on. Raider Chemist. Thank you. Man, seriously,
seriously good
4 years. Great email. And yeah, 4 years. I think he was one of our early first emailers around here. So I appreciate that. Raider Chemist, man. Great stuff there from Raider Chemist. All right.
I believe you're up, because you know how I feel about these next couple.
Yeah, so I got the main guy.
Yeah,
I got the main.
You got the one guy, 2 emails.
That's these. There's been proof, Mosh.
There ain't no proof.
Mosh is a Mangus truther.
Oh, sure, yeah. You believe that? Do you believe that whole freaking Bigfoot picture too? Yeah, it's a guy in a suit.
Stevie Wonder can see.
You're not getting any argument on that.
I know, right?
No argument on that.
And Paul McCartney's a murderer.
Always has been.
Yep. All right, dear RFR. Oh my God, what a game! Raise your hand if you were running around your house screaming, "What a win!" Well,
I wasn't.
I was until I fell asleep on the couch because I was
singing ho ho ho.
The Raiders almost pissed me off by losing to the Jets, but you could tell the defense wasn't going to let that happen and slam the door on the Jets. Shout out Cleveland Farrell. Amen, man. Farrell balled out. He balled out, 2 sacks, 2 forced fumbles. Salt and Pepper are back on offense.
F to the E to the R to the R to the E to the L to the L. It ain't Farrell.
On offense, that cracks me up every time. On offense, Darren Waller balled out, 13 catches, 200 yards, 2 touchdowns. Derek Carr, 381 for 4 touches. Henry Ruggs, yes, he dropped the ball that led to an interception. And yes, he fumbled late in the game, but we all know Cooper would have hung his head. Not Ruggs. What he does, he catches game-winning touchdowns. I can believe Raider fans on Twitter, they were saying they had mixed emotions about the game, just saying it shouldn't have come down to the wire. But what did Al Davis say? Just win. Play hard, don't make mistakes, but don't worry about mistakes, because only one thing matters: just win. Al Davis believed winning cured everything, and that's what we did. I got one message for you Jets fans, too. What happened when you talk smack? You get your monkey ass whooped by DC and Raider Nation. Anyway, I'm out. I love you, Raider Nation. If you... Wait, I got to do it right. If you smell what the Raiders are cooking. Yours truly, Daniel Mangus, proud made man, 2020 Gemini Man Award.
Supposedly
winner.
the nice one, right?
Yeah, Matthew's the potty mouth.
So
Mangus.
this is where he puts on his hat and changes his shirt.
It's the Jekyll and Hyde.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't remember. I start to mix up which one's the potty.
You were right.
Am I right?
Yeah, Matthew's a nice one.
Yeah, so that was Daniel. So that was the potty mouth Mangus.
That was the potty mouth Mangus. But he gets it mixed up sometimes on who he's supposed to be too.
Hello, RFR. Hello, RFR family. First off, thank you. Don't laugh. When you laugh, I break. I break every time. I can't hear you laugh and not laugh myself.
Good evening, RFR family. I can do it from over here. Good evening, RFR family.
First off, thank you for giving me my first BRT Sizzler Award. I humbly accept this award on behalf of Raider Nation and the made men and women that have won this award before me. Now on to the game recap. It was ugly, yes, but what did Al Davis used to say? Just win, baby. And what did we do? Huge shout out to Henry Ruggs III, who came up clutch and kept our season alive. My next point is, who the hell is Mitch Renz? Seriously, this guy has a bit of a following and believes he now knows what Mamba mentality is and that Carr doesn't have it. I don't know who this guy is. I never heard of him. I never ran into him on Twitter this week.
Oh, my gosh. Did you guys get into it?
Well, I kind of lobbied a shot
Did you?
at him.
What did you do? Tell me.
Well, he lobbied a shot at the Raiders, and I lobbied a shot at him.
This is the guy that's doing the Raiders, the recaps and the podcast. He works for the team, and he lobbied a shot at him?
Well, he doesn't work for the team straight, but he works for a media company.
Whatever.
He's the guy, though, that rolled into our tailgate and took that picture with us one time.
With the freaking loafers.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's the loafer guy.
The loafer guy.
Who wears loafers and no socks? You know why? Because you know what the origin of Rents is? He's French. Moving right along.
So the guy took a shot at the Raiders, and I took a shot at him. And then somebody commented on the Twitters and said, Murph, a YouTuber, hating on a more popular YouTuber.
Oh!
Yeah. And so I wrote back, what you meant to say was, Murph, a lifelong Raider fan, passionate about this team and its fans, hating on a guy that cashes in on your attention.
Oh! I love it. I love it.
At me.
Did anybody say anything?
A lot.
I love it.
A lot.
It.
And look, and I wasn't even going to bring it up, but it came up, and so I just, whatever. And it's the truth. Like, and here's the thing, like, you know, and I wasn't going to.
No, go ahead. We're ahead of schedule. Go ahead. You're good.
Okay.
You're good.
Here's the thing. Like, I don't hate on other content creators.
No, we love them.
I love a lot of respect for a lot of people that are in this podcast game. Of course, Raider Cody and Kenny King Jr., the Pillaging guys, Behind the Eye Patch guys.
We have great relationships with all those guys.
All these guys. We know so many of these folks, and I'm forgetting somebody. Like, there's so many. And then there's some that, of course, our buddy Mikey, the OG. Like, there's so many that do this. But then there are some that do it that are backed by media companies, and they're just basically posing. They're just setting themselves up to make money, and it's to make money for corporations and for themselves. And the rest of us are, just kind of hanging out around here, being Raider fans, like trying to do good in our communities and do good amongst one another. And so when I see somebody cashing in, it kind of bothers me. And but I've never said anything about it because it's like, it's not my place to judge what somebody else does to do or not or make a living. Like, we all got babies to feed and mortgages to pay. I get it. But the thing that bothers me about it is that when you're the face, like his voice was featured on Hard Knocks, that kind of bugs me. Like, he's the voice of Raider Nation. That kind of bothered me. It bothered me when Dr. Death showed up on the cover of Sports Illustrated, that you got some chump that lobbied for his brand is why he didn't want the team to leave Oakland. It had nothing to do with his Raider fandom. It had everything to do with his brand. And he's the guy that's representing Raider Nation on the cover of Sports Illustrated. In the meantime, Violator can't get a cover. Gorilla Rilla can't get a cover. Those guys don't need me to fight a fight for him. But as a Raider fan, put a goddamn super fan on there, not some chump that's lobbying for his gosh darn brand. And like everything that we do with Raiders Fan Radio, it is not about our brand. Our brand is you. It's Raider Nation. And anybody that wants to cash in on anything on your behalf and because of you, like, screw it. I'm not with it, man. It bugs the crap out of me. And then when that guy took a shot at the Raiders and the Raiders themselves, he had players coming back at him, calling him a clown. He had because he quoted, because the Raiders posted a tweet about the Mamba mentality, which was Kobe's famous thing about basically it was like abandoning everything at all costs and just focusing on one thing, and that was winning, and don't let anything else get in your way.
Sounds like the black hole.
Amen. Absolutely. And to question that, like, and to lobby that at the Raiders and to poke fun essentially at the Raiders, like, no, BS, man. So I called it out. I wasn't with it. I'm not with it. And look, I'm not even a Laker fan. I can't stand the Lakers. I'm a freaking Warrior fan. Kobe ripped our hearts out for years. I don't like him. I don't like the whole Mamba mentality thing that he brought to the Lakers because it kicked our ass.
Yeah, but I can respect it.
And I
didn't like the dog pound either, but I can respect it.
Absolutely.
Right.
And so that whole nature of what he did and to basically poke fun at the Raiders, take a shot at the team. The Raiders, again, they don't need me to fight their fight, but I'm going to fight the fight of fans because this is Raiders Fan freaking Radio.
Good job. Good job.
Thanks, man.
Good job. See, ever since I got off of social media, I don't get any of that stuff anymore.
Yeah,
so I didn't see it. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
All right, here we go.
All right, back to the email.
Finish the manga.
All right, let me skip through all this Mitch stuff. I don't want to talk about. I shouldn't even said his name on the show. All right, now let's stop and think about how we'd feel if we missed the birth of our child. It's funny when you dip back into something out of context. Let's see. Here we go. Oh, yeah, he goes in big time on Mitch. Just kind of goes on and on and on.
Reiterating what you just said.
Pretty much, yeah. Okay, Carr shows the same killer instinct we have seen since Sunday night against the Chiefs, and we saw it this past Sunday against the Chiefs. So the Carr haters on Twitter and that guy, in the words of The Rock, it just doesn't matter what you think. And you'll shut up unless you want your monkey ass whooped by Raider Nation and the players. Now that I'm off that soapbox, we have a huge game against the Colts and Philip Crimea River. The playoffs start now. Raider Nation, let's get it. Stay safe, Raider Nation. Yours truly, Matthew Menges, proud made man, Gemini Award winner 2020, and one-time BRT Sizzler Award. Great job, Matthew Menges.
All right, here we go. Murph, Mosh, Vinny, Jeff, and Raider Nation. Last Sunday's game wasn't quite what we hoped for, but a W is a W. And in spite of the drama, there were some lessons to be learned. Without our best running back and our firebrand defensive backfield leader, in addition to the usual patchwork O-line, it could have been much worse. Absolutely. No one could say the Raiders quit or hung their heads. With no timeouts in about half a minute, they got the job done. It really pays to draft rookies from winning programs like Clemson and Alabama. Amen. They come to the NFL ready to win. How about Carr? On those last 2 plays, he stepped up in the pocket in the face of a full blitz and delivered 2 bombs. One overthrowing Aguilar and the other hitting Ruggs in stride for the game winner. Thank you, Greg Williams, and thanks to our defense for forcing the 3 and out that allowed the last-second heroics. And how about F to the E to the R to the R to the, you know how it goes. Furl had a great game. Let him pronounce his name any damn way he wants. Raider Nation forever. Frank from NorCal, proud made man.
Nice job, Frank from NorCal. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, Mosh, who else we got? We got the man. We got Frank. I see who's on deck.
You see who's on deck.
Paul.
Paul.
Paul. Paul.
Paul.
Paul. Paul. Paul. Paul. Paul. Paul. Paul. Claude. Claude. Claude.
Paul.
Paul. Paul. Paul. Paul. Paul.
Paul, your name Paul?
Hello.
Paul.
Hello.
Paul.
I met him with Paul. Who? Paul.
Paul, yes, Paul.
Paul's not here. Hey, Paul. Paul.
Hi. I'm Paul.
Good evening, fellas. A letter from Paul. Hope you're all well. What a relief after Sunday. Watching the Raiders isn't good for your health, is it? The body and mind isn't designed to cope with such highs and lows in such a short space of time. You should try teaching. From seemingly coasting to a comfortable win to trailing as the clock ticked away was soul-destroying. The feeling of being let down again was overwhelming as the hard work of the season started to unravel and the game became tighter than a nun's knicker elastic. Jeez, oh, Pete. Then Ruggs catches the deep pass, and it's total elation again. But hang on, Raider Nation. We then screwed up the kickoff and gave them one last chance with a Hail Mary. Incredible drama. The performance wasn't the best, and while there weren't many standouts from the game, there were some positives to be applauded, and we mustn't forget them. Cleveland Farrell, Trayvon Mullen, and Darren Waller were exceptional, and kudos to Henry Ruggs for showing great character at the end to make that catch after what he had gone before. Their defensive coach played Russian roulette with his call, but putting pressure on DC had worked all day, so I can kind of see what he was thinking, but not having some form of protection is a little crazy, and I'd like to shake him by the hand for doing that. There's no question that the ship has run aground a little over recent weeks. Since the KC game, we've lost the aggressive intent and confidence in ourselves that we were showing. It goes without saying that losing players regularly doesn't help either. We need 24 and 28 back as soon as possible.
Yes.
And where have Trent Brown and Richie Incognito gone? Ultimately, all that matters right now is that we've moved to 7-5. We all know we have to improve our performance as to all intents and purposes. We're now in playoff football mode and can't afford to slip up again. Starting this weekend, against the Colts, which brings me to my next point for the week. These players in the NFL I admire and like to watch, even though they don't wear silver and black. Aaron Rodgers, Aaron Donald, Derrick Henry, and DeAndre Hopkins, for example.
Yeah.
There are also players I know are talented but don't like to freely admit it, like Ben Roethlisberger and Kermit. And then there are those that aspire to my hate list. Hate is a very strong word, but I'll stick with it. Believe me, I could use others, but not here. Over the years, the leading contenders have been John Elway, Terrell Davis, Tony Gonzalez, and Steve Largent. But for quite some time now, it's been all about Philip Piston Hips Rivers. I hate this guy so much. It's nothing to do with his off-field activities. Heck, I have so much sympathy for his wife. Just buy an Xbox or something, fella, and give that poor woman a rest. There must be something else to occupy your mind. Just leave that woman alone. No, it's all about his smug attitude, his lack of respect. I thought I was going to go. Just leave that woman alone.
Hey, leave her alone. Oh, my gosh. Oh, that's hilarious. Paul.
Oh, my gosh.
Get an Xbox.
Get an Xbox or something, fella.
Oh, my gosh.
No, it's all about his smug attitude, his lack of respect, and the fact that he struts around acting as if he's got no room in his trophy cabinet when he's 1 square foot of nothing.
No, because the whole house is a nursery. He ain't got no trophy cabinets.
You'd see this guy's ego from space. I hate him that much. He should play in Missouri. I love
that's
it.
a good one.
Rumor has it that he's got a damaged foot at the minute.
There you go, Mosh.
Hey, I just talked about me and Paul are in sync.
Yeah, you are.
At the minute, so I want to see our guys chase his sorry ass and get after his foot and worn out hips. It's worn out hips.
Hilarious.
Oh my gosh. Just channel your inner Al Davis. That's somewhere within the first 5 or 10 plays of the game. The other team's quarterback must go down, and he must go down hard. A couple of early visits to the turf should ruin their chances early on. Overall, this season, we've made huge strides forward, so let's not give it all away now after all the effort. Forget the last 2 weeks and get the Colts with all we've got. Play like you're Jack Tatum, Lester Hayes, Howie Long, or Charles Woodson. Fellas, do not have regrets when you leave the field this Sunday. After all, it's still autumn, and the wind is still blowing.
Yes.
Finally.
Finally.
This week, there could be a war starting on the BRT Sizzler scoreboard.
Oh.
Something has happened that is well worth an eye on. Last week was the first time a Sizzler was awarded to one of the Mangus brothers, when Matthew picked up the award from Swago. Now, I don't think Daniel will let that lie. I think we'll come out fighting for pride in the Mangus household. I sense a reaction and a gauntlet has been thrown. Let the battle of the Mangai commence. Now there's a Star Wars film title for you.
The Battle of the Mangai.
Stay safe, RFR family. Love your Raider Nation. His Lordship, awesome. Paul Egerton, Shropshire, Mississippi, Pauly Award winner 2019, Foggy Glasses Award winner 2020, BRT Scissor Scorekeeper, Proud Made Man, five-time plus one, winner of the Raiders Fan Radio BRT Sizzler Award.
Awesome stuff, Paul. Man, that was epic, man. Great stuff there. Whew.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my gosh.
That took us forever to get through that, but that was fun.
Oh, that was great, man. Segment. Great stuff there. And the chat has been on fire, Mosh, through your segment.
I have been able to watch it.
Ron the Materator jumps in there. He says, a small portion of Tennessee has seceded and now will be recognized as the Democratic Republic of Washington.
I'm sorry. Sometimes you just... Stuff's just, you gotta go, man. You gotta go. Listen, it's a goof.
If you haven't noticed around here, it's a lighter side journey into the dark side. We're nothing but a goof.
Mangai. Did I miss a Mangai?
Well, Matthew Mangus in there with a donation to the One Nation Foundation there. We appreciate you, Matthew. That's incredibly kind. Thank you so very, very much. And man, the money tonight is insane. What you guys are sending to us, and thank you. We cannot thank you enough. And so many good folks there in the chat. Watts Raiders in there, Ron the Materator is in there, Franklin 83 is in there, Raider Joker is in there, Manny Fresh, Chris Potts, who went freaking Hall of Fame there, went Mount Rushmore with his donation, Matthew Mangus, Raider Born Rico, Ashton is in there, Aaron the Q-Dog Raider, the Capo, who we're getting ready to hear from in a second, Watts Raiders, Zach, May Spitfire. It's a busy night in the chat room tonight, Mosh. Great stuff in there. Thank you so much for all of you paying attention to us at youtube.com/Murph's Fan Cave. Uncle Mosh, let's hit a break and then let's get into these voicemails.
We should hit a break. We should also mention that we're like at $200 in just tonight.
Are you serious?
That's just crazy.
We've almost matched our entirety from just tonight. That's insane.
That's crazy, and it's exciting, and I don't know why that one person down there. I think his name is Philippe Rivière. And
Okay.
he's from France, and he hit the dislike button.
He hits the thumbs down, and he tried to take money from the super chat. You can't do negatives, Philippe.
Hey, what's up? It's Brockman from The Rich Eisen Show.
And it's Del Tufo from The Rich Eisen Show.
You're listening to Murph and Mosh on Raiders Fan Radio. Yes!
All right, so you can always email the show at show@RaidersFanRadio.com, or you can call us at 909-345-3346. That's 909-345-3346. And if we play your message on the show 3 times, you become a made man or a made woman. And so we had Maritime Granny become our 3rd made woman earlier tonight. And then also we have 2... So we have, and then Grampy Raider becomes a new made man tonight, and then we have 2 more new made men tonight. So I'll wait till we get to the end of the last made man here, and then I'll play the music, and we will we'll induct all 4 into the made man and made women list, and I'll run the list. Let's do a rundown because it's been a minute since we did that,
Sure.
and we've added so many names since then. So we'll go ahead and run down all the made folks. But anyways, let's jump into the voicemails. And of the made men and the made women, every crew needs a captain, and our captain is Aaron the Q-Dog Raider. We call him the Capo, and he always kicks off this segment. Let's check in with Aaron.
Greetings, Don Murph, Consigliere Moss, Underboss Sonny, Sergeant at Arms, the Sizzler, Big Raider Trucker, Mojo from When the Universe Speaks, Ramon the Mean King, Swag Jeff, Ron the Materator. Nation, first, I'd like to give eternal praise to our football savior, Greg Williams. Only the Jets, Jets can snatch defeat from the jaws of victory. Or was it victory from the jaws of defeat? It doesn't matter. The nation went through a collective wave of depression that was quickly replaced by euphoria thanks to the miracle finish by our Raiders. Realistically, let's think about this for a second. DC Force 46-yard season-saving bomb to Henry Ruggs III cannot mask the numerous issues that still plague the silver and black, especially whenever, so much of it lands at the feet of Paul Gunther and his defense. Perhaps he isn't the only defensive coordinator who should have got canned this past Sunday evening. Despite the team having entered this past game with second-year safety Jonathan Abram, as well as Twitter darling Isaiah Johnson. He not only leads the team in unnecessary roughness calls for the silver and black, but he also brings a level of toughness and energy that the defense feeds off of. It didn't take long for first-round rookie Damon Arnett to join Abram on the sidelines. Just 1 week after suffering concussion, Arnett ran headfirst into the ageless one, Frank Gore. To Arnett's Garnett dipped and tipped lock credit, both he and Gore would not return to the game. Has anyone noticed Frank Gore without his helmet, though? I guarantee he could roll in that leather helmet-clad gear from yesteryear and not miss a beat. See you on a reel-to-reel, homie. But I digress. Even Jeff Heath got the worst of a collision with Sam Amano Darnold in the fourth quarter and had to be evaluated. Defense will not be the hallmark for this team anytime soon. Injuries, to key members of the secondary, that's routine by this point of the season. But it only shows that the lack of the pass rush is going to put even more pressure on an already taxed unit. Our run defense is what we knew it was. To loosely quote the late Dennis Green, you shouldn't let a silly thing like the stats blind you from what your eyes have been seeing all along. Or, to quote Richard Pryor, bitch, you going to believe me or your lying eyes? The Raiders entered the matchup with the Jets with a defense no one would consider a juggernaut. But the stats would tell you that they're a top-notch unit at stopping the run. No one posted that memo on the Jets bulletin board, however. Down their most effective running back, in Gore, due to the aforementioned head-on collision, Las Vegas rolled out the red carpet for Ty Johnson and Josh Adams to the tune of $206 rushing yards. I believe CBS analyst Adam Archuleta could be overheard mentioning the Raiders' 11th-ranked rush defense in the middle of an 80-yard touchdown drive by New York that featured Johnson and Adams taking turns seeing who could gallop the longest without being tackled after receiving a handoff. A look at next week's opponent might expose Gunther's defense even more for the glaring weaknesses that are. Week 14 brings the Indianapolis Colts to Allegiant Stadium. Statistics would make you believe the Raiders shouldn't have much to worry about from a Phillip Rivers-led offense, but you'd be foolish to disregard the issues their field could present. I'm thinking like Nyheim Hines, Jonathan Taylor, Jordan Wilkins. They're all capable of putting up numbers, but hey, let's think about this for a second. They're not all pros like Ty Johnson or Josh Adams. The Raiders keep playing down to their level of competition. This is a recurring theme. Week 12's 37-point loss at Atlanta should exemplify that. Carr said as much in his post-game interview, but one has to wonder if that message really hasn't gotten across to the rest of the team yet. We should have, seen a motivated, a hungry, but to put it bluntly, a pissed-off autumn wind-blowing defense blowing through MetLife Stadium on Sunday. What we got was an inconsistent, lethargic, and, for long stretches, downright messy performance. Carr bailed the Raiders out with a jump pass to a wide-open Henry Ruggs III, and both needed that moment to wash the taste of erroneous plays out of their collective mouths. If, only for one shining moment. Think about that. Making the playoffs may require the Las Vegas Raiders to win out. 10-6 may not get it done. That means showing up not just for the matchups against the teams directly ahead of them in the standings, Miami or Indy. They'll also have to show up against the Donkeys and the Los Angeles Superchargers. Two teams that will love nothing more than to knock us off from our playoff aspirations. The hit list: Tyreek Hill, Paul Gunther, Trent Brown, Greg Williams, Eric Harris, and Mike Ditka. This goes out to the made men. Rue.
All right, there he is, Aaron the Q-Dog Raider. Great stuff there, man. It's going to be a tough win out, man, for Seriously. Us. I agree with Aaron 100% there. All right, Mosh, let's go next to a guy we hadn't heard from in a hot minute. And so he kind of corrects himself. I've actually got 2 calls from this guy today. Good friend of the show, Raider Critique. I've got his first one. It's not 2 minutes to get Google voiced. It's 3. So he gets out after 2 minutes on this call, and later on he calls back because he thought he got Google Voice. You did, my friend. You did it, and this was your 3rd call to the show. So this was your get made call. So congratulations to the Raider Critique. And after we got one more that we're going to add, we'll do the music for everybody. But congratulations, man. So you've made the roster.
You made the cut.
Murph, Uncle Mosh, Swag Jeff. This is the Raider Critique right out here in basically Central Texas. I'm in Copperas Cove, Texas. Well, we just took a shellacking from the Atlanta Falcons, and I honestly don't know how to feel about this team right now. I feel that, like I said, I really don't know how to feel. I don't know on whether this is the same team from last year, but I'm really hoping that this is a newer, better, more enthusiastic team, but this is really starting to look like last year, y'all. We're winning games that we shouldn't win. We're losing games to teams that we shouldn't lose to. This has been, if anything, the Raiders have been very consistent at being inconsistent. So, if we have to talk about consistency, we can honestly say that they are very consistent at being inconsistent. That does not bode well for us, Raider Nation. And my fellow brethren, my fellow family members of the Raider Nation, I really don't know what team we're going to see. We're getting ready to come up against the Jets. The Jets are winless, and I don't know if our defense,
this is before the Jets game, obviously,
somewhat well last week before they got tired against the Falcons. I don't know if our defense is going to be able to stop this 0-11 Jets team who is striving to get a win. I'm really hoping that Derek Carr does not have a bad game like he had last game. We had 5 turnovers in the Atlanta game. I don't think we've had that many turnovers since last season. And I think that's why all of us are really tripped out about it, because we've seen this ugly, ugly demon before. And it doesn't bode well for us. If we don't tighten up, we don't play like we're supposed to, we're going to be straight in the dumpster. Anyway, I know I went past the Google Voice, man, but I got to get out of here later.
You did, my friend. Congratulations, man. That's your third call to get played, and we're going to hear from you even one more time after the game. But, man, he was right on there, Mosh. He was a little nervous about the game.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, good call. All right, next up, let's hear from our buddy Dave in the 330.
What's up, everybody? It's Dave out in the 330. We pulled out the win against the still winless Jets. That's probably the best winless team Gruden's ever seen. Here's Carr after the Falcons game. Hey, Ruggs, hold my popcorn. Gee. So it's a good thing I started exercising and eating right, because that game would have gave me a heart attack. I think I paced back and forth watching the fourth quarter there. I didn't sit down the whole time, and we pulled it out. You know, I guess I can pick up Ruggs' jersey off the floor that I wore last week and dust it off. Maybe not put it on again, but I don't have to burn it. He came through at the end, 5 seconds left, came through with a big catch. Carr did not seem on with his receivers to me. I mean, he seemed to be missing quite a few throws, but again, we won, and it's not his fault that Ruggs didn't come down with that one that got intercepted, that Ruggs fumbled the other one on third down. So all in all, a win's a win. It wasn't pretty, but we won in New York for the first time since, I don't know, 96, 97.
Yeah, a long time.
They told me multiple times during the game how bad we suck out there, so we got that monkey off the back.
Yeah, we did.
You know, just kick it in. Go for the playoffs, man. If not, it's 1 week at a time. I feel like a freaking addict here. Take it one day at a time, baby. Go Raiders.
Good stuff from Dave in the 330. Yeah, and it was a cold weather game, too, Mosh.
Yeah,
it was 34 degrees or something.
One more box for Derek to check.
Amen, right? Because he can't win game in cold weather, Mosh.
On the East Coast.
That's right. All right, next up, we got one more. So here's our fourth made person. So our third made man to go along with the three made men and the made woman tonight, which was Granny Raider. So joining Grampy Raider and Raider Critique. Now tonight, Uncle Mosh, this is the first time this has ever happened too, by the way. Yep. We've had 2 people get inducted, but we've never had 3, let alone 4 people that made the made list all in one night. So congratulations to the aforementioned 3 and this call right here for Raider Flash.
Woo! Raider Flash here. What's up, nation? Man, what an emotional roller coaster of a ride this game was. Almost became a nightmare on Jet Street. Game ball definitely goes to Waller, 13 receptions for 200 yards and 2 touchdowns. Awesome. Shouts out to Ruggs and Carr for that game-winning touchdown. Heck yeah. The defense and that last drive showed up, but we got embarrassed in the run game. Made the running back look like an all-pro. Got to fix that D, man. Got to fix that D, especially in these next games coming up. And finally got to say, forget about it. Next game. I'm a made man. Got to make some pasta tonight for my Raider Nation.
Come on.
RFR, much love. Yo, Nation, we did it. Okay. Bad Rocky impression. I'm going to keep this real short, guys. On to the Colts at home. I think the next 3 games are at home, if I'm not mistaken. Let's get it. Let's just win, baby. This one was a headbanger, man, but hey, we won, and that's all that matters. Flash is out. Peace. One Nation. Love y'all. Let's get it. Woo!
All right, Flash, welcome to the squad.
You are a made man. You showed you are part of the family by participation. By chance, a man like yourself should make enemies, then they would become my enemies. Showing you are a friend of Raiders Fan Radio, you have leapt across the line. Friendship is everything. Friendship is more than talent. It is more than the government. It's almost equal to family. Be loyal made man, Raider fan. Someday, and that day may never come, I'll call upon you to do a service for me. But until that day, accept this as a gift. And don't ever forget, words can hurt more, but silence can break hearts. Jimmy Zebach, Hardcore Raider, Johnny in San Diego, Chuck Splatterhead McCann, Ron in Alliance, Alaska Raider, Dakota Raider, Aaron the Q-Dog Raider, Red in Yakima, Jim from the East Coast, Yayo in Jersey, Big Raider Trucker, Wyoming Raider, Diego in Georgia, Running Bear in Tulare, Mojo Raider, Junior in San Diego, Beto, you know the city, James in Arkansas, Monster Mash Ken, Raider Roo in Utah, Eve Dog, Houston Raider Steve, Jesse in Kentucky, B-Dog in a pasture in Texas, Max in San Diego, Rev Raider, Raider One, Eye Patch, Alex in Tucson, Ruben in Vegas, Dave in the 330, Kev, the Raider Nerd, Paul in Shropshire, Mississippi, UK, 24-karat Kev, the cool-ass Raider, One Nation Jeff, Chucktown Raider, Haley in Scotland, Lino, the Full Metal Mexican, Central Valley Raider, RBK Raider, Coach Davis, Raider Ramon, Raider Born Rico, Raider Trucker Dan, Sugar Shane, Super Deuce, Daniel Mangus, Just Win Johnny, Matthew Mangus, Pirate 1975, JC Raider, Fabricator Gill, Big Mike, Ta-da Raider, The Big Easy, Kiljedas, Stacy Ruff Raider, Scotland's David Love, Miguel Ruiz, Raider Jeff in KC, Adam Hill, Michelle Sweat, Frank in NorCal, the Raider Critique, Raider Flash, Maritime Granny, and Grampy Raider.
Awesome, man. Congratulations to all of you. Thank you so much for being part of the Made crew. If for some reason we missed your name, if I missed your name on that list, and then definitely reach out and let me know. We've had so many over the years, and I have been known to miss a time or two, so please let us know. We appreciate you so very much, and because without you, then the show is nothing, and so we'd love to hear from you, and congratulate 4 people tonight. That is just, it's incredible. Also, thank you to the chat room tonight. So many good folks in there tonight. Aaron the Q-Dog Raider, Running Bear, Tyrone Graves, Michelle Sweat, Watts Raider, Fierce Raider, Jesse Rosales, Matthew Mangus is in there. I can't scroll. Raider Born Rico is in there. Manny Fresh, I see. Raider Ramon, the Meme King is in there. Great stuff from everybody tonight. Michelle Sweat, thank you so much. We appreciate you. And let's jump back into these calls. And Mosh mentioned him a second ago. He's one of your favorites. You like this guy.
He is one of my favorite. I love this guy. You know, I do gotta say something. I've been remiss.
What's that, Mosh?
I made a mistake.
What'd you do?
I was supposed to make Greg tonight. We've already gone past the segment. Tada just pointed it out.
Oh, Greg in Tennessee. Call her Greg in Tennessee.
He says you forgot to make Greg.
Oh, he can fry a turkey, but
yeah, we'll get him next week.
Yeah,
Here we go.
Thanks,
my
Greg.
buddy Beto. You know the city.
Raider Beto, you know the city. Get the bleep button ready because I'm ready to go off on Raider Nation because y'all pissing me off right now. So last week we lost to the Falcons in a horrible fashion. Whatever. Pick up our gear and go on to the next one. Raiders win. And you're bitching about the win? Really? You guys say this is a must-win game or the season's over, blah, blah, blah. And you're bitching about a win? You're bitching about Derek Carr throwing the final touchdown pass to not Derek Ruggs, Henry Ruggs? You're bitching about Ruggs? Shut up. Damn. Look, I don't know what will happen if the Raiders ever win a Super Bowl. I hope it happens in my lifetime. But if the Raiders ever do win one, I bet Raider Nation is going to be pissing in pants about saying, the Raiders didn't play good this game. This doesn't mean... There are no bad wins in the NFL. There's only wins. Okay? There's not a separate column where it says, okay, the Raiders didn't win this game very good, so we're going to put this as kind of a win. No. We have 7 wins and we have 5 losses. Suck it up. This is a win. It's a win. It doesn't matter what you do in the first half of the game or even the third quarter of the game. We've seen how many times the Raiders go down to the wire. It matters on the final play of the game, and that final play was a pass from Derek Carr, number 4, to Henry Ruggs. And you guys are saying that Henry Ruggs is a bust? Do you guys remember what Colton Miller, how everyone
Come
hated
on.
Colton Miller, how Derwin James was a better pick. Look at Colton Miller now. He's balling now.
Amen.
He's 13th overall. Let Ruggs play. It's his rookie season. Things going really crap for rookie training crap. Let him play. Raider Nation, I love y'all, but you need to enjoy this win. Raiders are 7-5. Got a very big game with the Colts. I'd say the two biggest games on our schedule are the Colts and Dolphins because those are the two teams that are battling for that 7th seed and that 6th seed. But either way, as always, go Raiders, and oh yeah, I forgot, go Lakers.
He was out of breath. Did you hear him?
I was.
He was wore out.
Hey, that was good stuff. I love to hear, but we love it when we get that passionate Beto,
Oh,
man.
my gosh. I love it.
I love
It's been a
man.
minute.
Absolutely. It's been a minute, man. That's good, man. Love to hear that energy, hear that fire from you. And yeah, man, we're with you. We're tracking, brother. That was great stuff there. All right, we got some. Let me say this too. We got some great calls and emails tonight, man. There's some. The Sizzler tonight is going to be no shoe in, man.
I'm going double notes on this.
Yeah, this is a good night for the calls. And so, all right, next up, let's hear from one of Swago's best friends. He's got a list of about 5, and near the top of the list is Adam Hill.
Hey, Mosh, Murph, Jeff, man, oh man, hell of a game. Hell of a game. Sorry for cussing.
I love when they apologize.
I don't know what we're going to have to do with Damon Arnett versus his wrist. I don't know if football may not be a sport if he can't. He got to tackle with his shoulders. Don't use your head. Also, man, freaking miracle for the Meadowlands again. It's just amazing. I don't know. I don't know if the cornerback was like, we want the first round draft pick. I don't care. We got the win. We got it. We definitely got it. Once again, Raiders giving me a heart attack. I'm only 33 years old. I think I'm 33. I stopped counting after 29. Anyways.
Or 29.
Or 29.
Yeah. Crazy win. Crazy. But made man here. Finally made it. See ya, guys.
All right, Adam Hill, man. Congratulations on becoming a made man like so many others around here. Good stuff there from you. I love it. So he brought up the idea about the cornerback laying off coverage or biting on the double move and then losing the game and have it, quote, be a tank. Like, there's no more sillier notion to me in professional sports than a, quote, tank. Now, I know there are times where teams will maybe not field the best team they possibly can, or they might trade away a bunch of players, and then if losses pile up, but no one's trying to lose. And especially when you look at this Jets team, that the entire coaching staff is going to get fired, including the guy that got fired the day after the game. Like, Adam Gase is not going to be the head coach of the New York Jets next year. He has zero interest in, quote, tanking. It doesn't benefit him at all. So this notion of players or organizations tanking, it doesn't exist. There's not enough money. Back in the old days when you could buy off a player or a ref or whatever, because they were making $6 for the game and they were selling shoes during the rest of the week, you know what I mean? For an income, you could bribe them. But now these guys are all making millions and millions of dollars. You can't bribe your way. It's not, there is no tank anymore.
No, because he's going to work. He's going to work somewhere.
Oh, he'll be a coordinator or something.
He's going to work.
Yeah.
And so to say, I was 11-0, and then the Raiders came into my house and I kicked the crap out of them. That's going to say something. Yeah, I sucked, but
we didn't give up.
Right.
Rallied our guys.
No. And you're going to see players taking a playoff here and there before you ever see a coaching staff say, let's just write this one off.
Yeah,
it just doesn't happen.
Yeah, I'm with you, Mosh. All right, good stuff there from Adam Hill. All right, Mosh, I'm going to give a little warning to the chat. Anybody listening to us live, go ahead and dim your lights.
Yeah,
just kind of bring it down a little bit.
Go ahead and stroke your match real quick.
Just fire up that candle. Easy. I don't need to know about your life. So yeah, just dim the lights. I wish I could. I have access to the lights. I'd dim them here in the fan cave. And if your lady's listening with you, you may want to send her, or ask her to politely say, would you kindly step into the next room here because
I
don't want to lose you to this man that we're getting ready
As
to
we're
hear from.
fixing to lose people to him, I might have a new fan.
Who's that, Mosh?
Consigliere Salt. Mosh in 4K is the greatest thing I've ever seen.
You know who that is, though.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. What's up, cousin Sonny? Absolutely. His Uncle Mosh looks good over there on his camera, doesn't he?
My new cam.
Absolutely.
New cam.
Looking good over there, Mosh. All right, let's hear from our buddy. He's what do you want to call? Give him a good intro here, Mosh, please. Better than me.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Canary Islands, the one, the only, Raider Bon Rico.
Hey guys, Raider Borico here. So, first of all, let me congratulate with Henry Ruggs III, of course. And then let me congratulate with a man that I've been congratulating for a while right now because if I saw some progress during the year, during the season, it's been in the delicate and hard position of the offensive line. So kudos to Tom Cable because we lost men during this season in that position. We got to make some adjustment and he's been able to doing that constantly. So kudos to Tom. Now, I don't want to give any kudos to John Gruden, man. I mean, I'm probably one of the biggest fan of Chucky. I'm talking to you right now, and I got pictures of Chucky in front of me. So, I can tell you, you can't slow down in the third quarter, trying to put away the game, controlling the clock with the run, when you know that our biggest concern are the last two quarters. First of all, that's when we f*** up the game. Then, you know that the recipe is working. From the beginning, we were targeting more the receivers and the tight ends. That was working. There's no need to run the ball in certain situations. How many times we say we got a lot of options. We got Edwards, we got Ruggs, we got Aguilar, we got Zay Jones, we got Waller, we got Wheaton, we got Renfro. The recipe is working. Keep doing what you're doing. Now, the defense. Listen, Paul Gunter, it is what it is, man. I think you got to give at least some credit to a defense that got probably more turnover this season than in the totality of our last 5 years. I didn't check that, but I'm feeling like it is like that. I never see a lot that ball coming back during the last 5 years or more. So give it the credit. You know, it's a defense that is not a stellar defense, so they're not gonna play four quarter in a totality of four quarter balling out. It's enough. They're giving a lot of time, the chance for the offense to capitalize the game. It's just the offense can't do it. Especially when you're running the ball in the third quarter, trying to keep away that game when against a blitzing team. You've done it again, this time, John, like you've done it in Atlanta. Now listen, I know you can fix things, fix it, because next we got the Colts, and I don't care about the Colts if they're a hyped team, if they're on fire, or the position they have. I don't care absolutely nothing. The only thing I care is that I want to see Phillip Rivers on the floor all day eating grass. And now Max. I know you're a good guy. I know you hate Phillip Rivers like me. But you got to be more angry. This time, go for that foot, man, and get this clown out of the field. Now, that's pretty much what I have to say. It ain't over till Andy Reid sing. So, with all that say, go Raiders. I love you all, and I'm out.
He's the best. That was amazing, Rico. That was so good. Go for the foot, and it's not over until Andy Reid sing. My girl Max just texted me during that call. She said she's going to fly out to visit the Canary Islands. I'm like, what? what that's all about, man. Anyways, I appreciate Rico, man. Great stuff from you, as always. All right, next up, let's hear from our buddy, the Raider Critique again, as he called back. And again, he apologized for getting cut off by Google Voice, but you didn't. It's not 2 minutes, it's 3.
Murph, Uncle Mosh, Swag Jeff, it's your old pal over here in Central Texas, the Raider Critique, and I just want to comment about, hey, I went over last time, Google Voice got me, but I'm going to try to make it to where that don't happen this time. Great win by this football team. It was a heart attack waiting to happen, but I'll tell you what, man, we got to tighten up. We've got to tighten up defensively, especially. We had a real good game against the Jets, defensively, but it was the Jets. If we keep playing like this against these next 4 teams we got to go up against, which everybody knows it's Miami, Indianapolis is next week, then we've got the Chargers, and then the Broncos. We got to win at least 3 of the next 4, I believe. And I would love to see us do that to where it will solidify ourselves into the playoffs. But we have to beat Indianapolis and Miami especially. We have to do this or else we're not going to go very far. We probably won't even make it into the postseason if those 2 games do not fall our way. But we need our defense to play a whole lot better. We need our offense to be more consistent. These up and down games are really killing the momentum of the football team. As far as I'm concerned, the one thing that this team has showed me this year is that the only thing that we are consistent at is being inconsistent. I've said it before, and I'm probably going to keep saying it until the end of the season. But until then, man, it's just win, baby, and Raider Nation for life. We handed the Jets another L. We almost took an L from the winless Jets, and we're just really lucky to skate out of that game with a W. Anyway, guys, it's great talking to y'all, man.
Great hearing from you, Raider Critique. Good stuff there, my friend. And all right, next up, let's hear from our buddy, Mosh. It might be another leader in the clubhouse on the Sizzler Award. It's your friend, Kiljadas.
2 weeks in a row it's going to be like that, huh? I'm sorry. I must be lost. I am actually looking for my team. Last time I saw them, they're in Las Vegas. I went to meet them in Atlanta to play the Falcons, but they just never showed up at all today. I mean, they should have say they never showed up to play for 2 weeks now. What does that say?
Oh, yeah, well, I say the win is a win, and we did it. We got those Jets. Or should I call them gliders? Oh, yeah.
Gliders.
We totally beat them. It doesn't matter how dirty it gets, we won. And that's the most important thing. Staying in the playoffs, yeah.
Well, you can say that. But for 2 weeks, we have been utter trash. Okay? What does that say about us? Okay? What does it say about us as a team? That we went toe-to-toe with the Kansas City Chiefs only to get our butts blasted by freaking the Atlanta Falcons and then barely scraping by with the freaking Jets. The Jets are nothing more than paper airplanes this entire year, and we almost lost to them?
Well, it doesn't matter because we won, and it doesn't matter because whatever the score is on the board is what we get, and we won. That's all that matters.
You can say that. You can say that winning is all that matters, but the fact of the matter is we don't have a team that is ready to step up to the big leagues. All right? We're trying to go for the playoffs. I mean, don't you want to go to the playoffs?
Of course I want to go to the playoffs because there's no one, and I mean no one that can face us. You know what?
What?
It's going to be all right. Yeah, it's going to be all right. We're going to go against the My Little Ponies, and we're going to beat them to the ground. And Philip Rivers is going to be crying. Yeah, he's going to be crying back to his wife and 20 kids.
He doesn't have 20 kids.
Well, I can't count. Either way, buckle up your seatbelts, Raider Nation, because we got a date with the Colts and Philip Rivers one last time to make him cry. Oh, yeah.
Your positivity is just astounding. Whatever. I'm going to post my video now. Bye.
Dang, Kiljadas was fired up and didn't give any ground to Macho Raider.
No, Macho Man Raider Savage is on point, man. I love it, man. Great stuff there. I love how he converses with himself. It's the
so
best.
good, and it's so fast.
It's so fast, man. Very, very good stuff there, man, from Kill Jadis. All right, one more, Mosh, and then we're out of here for the night. Let's hear from our buddy Houston Raider Steve.
That's a song, ain't it?
Swag Jeff, made man, made women.
Actually, hold on. It's actually not a song. Houston Raider Steve went history.
Oh,
going back to his historian Raider
there
Steve.
We go.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Murph Moss, Swag Jeff, made men, made women, Raider Nation family, Houston Raider Steve. I've got a great trivia thing that I just found out, was pointed out to me by a good friend of mine. On December 6, 1970, 50 years ago to the exact day, the Raiders were playing the New York Jets up at Shea Stadium. John Madden was the coach. And with 8 seconds left in the game, Darryl Lamonka threw a heave all the way to the end zone. There were 3 Jets defenders surrounding Warren Wells. It was batted around. Wells grabbed the football, fell in the end zone. The Raiders won 14-13 with the extra point. Blender was a field goal kicker. Just goes to show you history repeats itself.
So cool.
Yeah.
Exactly 50 years ago to the day. And then
that's awesome.
We all know what happened on the game on Sunday with Derek Carr throwing that bomb with 10 seconds left to Ruggs, and Ruggs scoring the game-winning touchdown. Isn't it amazing? Being a Raider fan, all you can say is, never say never. The Raiders are back, baby. We live to fight another day. And this is my edition, Steve's of the Inside the Raiders Vault. Have a great day. Goodbye.
Good.
Go Raiders!
I love Houston Raider Steve. Now he goes, goodbye. Just ends it quickly, man. So good stuff there from Houston Raider Steve. We appreciate you. Love that, man. 50 years to the day.
Wow.
That's money, man. Great stuff. There's so many good calls tonight. So many great emails tonight. Thank you all so much for your participation here at Raiders Fan Radio. Uncle Mosh awards the Sizzler Award to the best of the best. Mosh, what do you got tonight?
Well, we started off with some great emails. Eye Patch, Granny and Grampy Raider, Raider Chemist, the Man Guy, Frank in NorCal, and Paul kicked us off, or closed us out, I should say, on the emails with all of his Phillips Rivers hips.
Piston hips.
His piston hips, and he was just, he kills us. So we shot into the voicemails. We had the capo. He was thanking Greg Williams, and again and again and again. And Raider Critique followed him up with welcome. And by the way, welcome, Raider Critique. Your second and third calls tonight. And you left us a little early, Raider Critique. It's 3 minutes not to. Dave in the 330. Best winless team Gruden has ever seen. I love that phrase. That was beautiful.
That was good.
Raider Flash, congrats on being a made man, and
Yes.
and obviously rightly so, gave Waller the game ball. Beto was pissed off, man, and I loved it. It was cussing like a sailor, man. It was the Beto of old. You know? He must be out of class already or something. But he kept saying, "Shut up, damn." Adam Hill was so fired up, he stumbled on his own age. I'm 33, or maybe I'm 29. I don't know.
Wait, I love it. And it wasn't just like one increment.
No,
Like,
it wasn't just
my-
like 30. I just had my 33rd birthday or something. No,
Yeah.
Well, maybe I'm 29. I don't know. Rico, I loved his R&B in the
my
background.
gosh.
His music.
Great stuff.
Max, go for the feet. It ain't over till Andy Reid sings. I loved it. Raider Critique with his second call of the night, third call overall, when he needed to make a made man, and he's so fired up he's going to go buy a watch so that he can time that.
He needs to time 3 minutes, not 2.
Kill Jadis was killing us. His back and forth, his routine is flawless. It's getting better every time. This is the first time we saw Kill Jadis stand up to Macho.
He sure did.
Yeah, and then, of course, history repeats itself. Never say never, according to Houston Raider Steve.
Nice.
Oh, I hit the
I
wrong
am the
thing.
Sizzler.
Sizzler.
But tonight's Sizzler goes to, because of the all-around call, which included background music, lighting effects, aerosols, if you will. Rico!
Oh, yes.
Raider born Rico!
Yes.
We are Metallica, and we are here for your Oakland Raiders!
You know why we out here, and we ain't playing around today.
From The Walking Dead to errant Jedi Knights, Raiders fans are a rogues gallery.
Aguilar. Catch more touchdowns. Aguilar. Man, what a show tonight, Mosh. This was amazing. Thank you so much to all of you in the chat tonight. I'm going to leave it to Mosh. You got the list of the super chat donations over there.
Oh, my gosh.
Please shout that out. But thank you to all of you that support us each and every week. Everyone in the chat, Franklin, Rico, Kiljadas, Stacy Ruff, Running Bear, Pirate 1975, Michelle Sweat. Thank you, all of you, so very, very much. We appreciate you. And please continue to support the Murph's Fan Cave Network by subscribing. Check us out at youtube.com/Murph's Fan Cave. And man, Mosh, what a fun night tonight. Thank you to Grampy Raider, Maritime Granny, Raider Critique, and Raider Flash. Congratulations on becoming the next made men and made women. And Uncle Mosh, thank you for being here.
Oh, it's my pleasure, as always.
And take us home.
So we got contributions tonight from Raider Rich, Mangai, Big Raider Trucker, Mike Nazarushka, Q-Dog, Mangai. We got Mangai. We got two
Daniel and Matthew.
Daniel and Matthew. And Chris Potts. Can't forget Mr. Chris.
Legend. You went legend with that, Chris
legend.
Potts. Thank you.
Man, what a night. It's been great, man. We had everybody in. It was so much fun. We missed old Swaggy J. He'll try to be back next week. Hopefully we'll be talking about that big win over those horseshoe pitchers up there.
Hey, man. Hey, little teaser. We might have Raider Cody on the show next week.
I am so excited about that. That'll be great. We'll get Cody in for a segment. But until then, let me just say thanks for listening tonight. You've had your old Murph over there. You got your old Uncle Mosh over here. And you got your old little Swaggy J missing. You've been listening to Raiders Fan Radio, where we take a lighter side journey into the dark side. Don't ever forget, like my shirt says, what happens in Vegas started in Oakland. Good night, everybody. Drive safe. God bless.
Get on YouTube. All right. And